Have you ever encountered a coworker who relentlessly craves the limelight, demeans others, or shamelessly steals credit for your accomplishments? If this sounds familiar, you may be grappling with a narcissist in your workplace. These individuals can pose a serious threat to your well-being, jeopardizing both your career and mental health. Dealing with a narcissist coworker can turn your life into a nightmare, particularly when you're stuck in a job or a career with limited alternatives. Recognizing the signs of a narcissist is essential for navigating these challenging situations and protecting yourself. So, are you tired of dealing with toxic coworkers who undermine your success and happiness? Watch this video to uncover the 25 signs of a narcissist at work and learn how to protect yourself from their damaging behavior. Empower yourself with knowledge and regain control over your professional life. Let's dive into the most common signs of a narcissist at work. First up is excessive self-confidence. Meet Jim. Despite having average sales numbers, he constantly boasts about being the top salesperson in the company. This inflated sense of self-importance is a classic sign of narcissism. When dealing with a narcissist like Jim, it's essential to keep excellent records and fact-check them to avoid falling for their self-promotion. Next on our list is the constant craving for admiration. Lisa seeks praise for even the smallest accomplishments during team meetings and becomes visibly upset if her work goes unnoticed. In situations like this, try providing limited praise to acknowledge her contributions without feeding her narcissistic tendencies. Now let's talk about how narcissists often belittle others. Mark frequently makes sarcastic comments about his colleagues' ideas, ridiculing them to make himself look superior. When faced with this behavior, consider calmly confronting Mark and setting boundaries for respectful communication. Another common sign of narcissism is a lack of empathy. Imagine attending a coworker's funeral, and a narcissist colleague delivers a speech that focuses solely on themselves, even acting inappropriately during the ceremony. In this situation, distance yourself from the narcissist and offer support to the family and friends of the colleague who passed away, who may also be upset with this individual's behavior. Moving on, let's discuss the grandiose plans often held by narcissists. Tom has unrealistic career aspirations, expecting to become the company's CEO within a year despite having no leadership experience. In this case, remain grounded in reality and avoid getting caught up in their fantasies. One particularly frustrating sign of a narcissist is taking credit for others' work. Samantha claims responsibility for a successful marketing campaign that you and your team worked on tirelessly. To address this, document your contributions and present them to a supervisor, ensuring your hard work is recognized. Another sign to watch out for is blame shifting. After a project failure, Steve quickly points fingers at everyone else, refusing to accept any responsibility. In such instances, remain objective and focus on the facts to avoid being dragged into the blame game. Narcissists are also known for exploiting relationships. Diana leverages her connections with influential people to gain power and manipulate situations in her favor. To counter this, build your own network and establish strong relationships with others to minimize her influence. Another red flag is a sense of entitlement. Michael constantly demands special treatment, expecting others to bend over backward to accommodate him. In response, firmly establish and maintain boundaries to prevent enabling his entitlement. Arrogance is another common trait of narcissists. Rebecca often brags about her achievements and looks down on others who haven't achieved as much. To deal with her arrogance, focus on your own accomplishments and avoid comparing yourself to her. Inability to accept criticism is a key indicator of narcissism. Tim dismisses any constructive feedback, even when it's intended to help him grow professionally. In this situation, be tactful when providing feedback and avoid taking his dismissive attitude personally. Controlling behavior is another sign to look out for. Kelly insists on having the final say on all decisions, even when it's not her place. To handle this, maintain open communication with your team and foster a collaborative environment. Another one that's common amongst narcissists is manipulative behavior. Jack has a knack for twisting the truth to suit his narrative, causing confusion and miscommunication. In dealing with Jack, be vigilant in verifying information and encourage transparent communication within your team. Please hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any important updates in the future. Now, back to the video. Let's continue with jealousy. Carla couldn't stand it when her colleagues received praise or promotions and would try to undermine their achievements. To handle this situation, focus on your accomplishments and avoid getting caught up in her jealousy. Next up is the overemphasis on appearance. Frank always made a point to dress impeccably and would criticize others for not looking as polished as him. In this case, remember that professionalism goes beyond appearances and focus on the quality of your work instead. Another sign to watch out for is one-upmanship. Whenever someone shared a success story, Amanda felt the need to share a bigger and better accomplishment of her own. To counter this, avoid engaging in competitive conversations and emphasize collaboration instead. The inability to work well in a team is another sign. Eric always wanted to take the lead on projects and struggled to collaborate with others effectively. To handle this, foster open communication and teamwork within your group. Unwillingness to share the spotlight is another trait to look out for. When the team received an award, Sarah insisted on being the one to accept it, even though everyone contributed equally. To address this, celebrate the team's success together and acknowledge each member's contributions. Another common sign is intolerance of dissent. Robert would become hostile when his ideas were challenged and tried to suppress any opposing opinions. This is very popular if you have a narcissistic boss, for example. In this situation, encourage open dialogue and respectful disagreement. Next, let's discuss impulsive decision-making. Nina often made hasty decisions without fully considering the consequences or consulting her team. To handle this, encourage thoughtful decision-making and collaboration in your team. Gaslighting is another sign to be aware of. Oliver would manipulate his coworkers by making them doubt their own perceptions and abilities. In dealing with gaslighting, trust your instincts and seek support from trusted colleagues. Another common trait is passive-aggressive behavior. When things didn't go her way, Emma would express her displeasure through subtle, indirect actions instead of addressing the issue directly. To counter this, address issues openly and directly, promoting healthy communication. Another one you might have seen before is the inability for narcissists to form genuine relationships. James was charming on the surface, but coworkers found it difficult to form a deep connection with him due to his self-centeredness. In this case, focus on building authentic relationships with other colleagues who share your values. Next, let's discuss shallow emotions. Despite her outward displays of enthusiasm, Lauren's emotional responses often seemed insincere or superficial. When faced with this type of behavior, trust your intuition and maintain your emotional boundaries. Finally, we have superficial charm. Charlie initially seemed friendly and charming, but his true self-centered nature became apparent over time as he began to manipulate and exploit others. To protect yourself from this type of behavior, remain cautious and discerning when forming new relationships. Do any of the examples we've discussed resonate with you? Have you gone through any of these in your professional life? Your story might serve as a cautionary tale or offer valuable guidance to someone dealing with a similar toxic situation. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so please leave a comment below and join the conversation on how to deal with narcissists in the workplace. Also, are you searching for a proven strategy to deal with narcissists in situations where avoiding contact isn't an option, such as the workplace? If so, then don't miss our other video on the Gray Rock Method, an effective method for dealing with narcissists. You will learn how to protect yourself and regain control in those unavoidable interactions. Click the link and discover this powerful technique now.